Hello, welcome to episode 9. So in our previous episode, it was so much exciting how we set up the railway, and we managed to have a deployment successful even on the first attempts, and that's how easy it is really to manage Node.js in production. So I'm just going to go ahead and now in today's episode, before we go very further, I just need to make a small amendments to our API, more especially the product model. So I'm just going to go here and go to the schema. So I want to add two things to the product model before we proceed. So to the product model, I just want to add the first one is going to be the wholesale price. So this one, someone can decide to sell on the retail price. So I'm just going to add wholesale price, just like this. So this price is going to be the retail price, and then this one is going to be the wholesale price. So now that we did not have this in the first place, so every time you add a new field in a model, and this is already in production, the way we have this, or you already have some products, if you push this, it will cause an error because all others will not be having this one. So make sure at least all others you push, you must give them at default. And I'm just going to give at a default of 0, just like this. So if the whole price is not there, if it is not there, then it will just create a default of 0. And teach yourself this habit. Always, if you have already pushed in production, make sure all new fields you add in must give them a default value. Okay, so moving on is now that we just also have add in one more thing. So these products, as they're being created, these products must originate or they must be in a certain shop. So for some reason, would not consider the shop, but we already have, I think, a shop here. Okay, so at least we need to have the shop ID. So I'm just going to come here a similar way. We added other things like unit ID. We need just to add the shop. So here I'm just going to add the shop ID. Now, if we just leave it just like this, it will also cause a problem. Okay, if we just come and do it like this, it will cause a problem. I'm just going to first duplicate down here, like this unit. I'm just going to reference this as shop, and this one is going to be shop, just like this. And then this one is going to be shop ID, just like this. And the only thing we can just do now is for instance, when you go to unit, you see that you have these products. So just copy this, also put it in the shop. So the shop must have actually products, just like this. Okay. The other thing is going to be also the with this shop, you can see this shop has also these the mini users. Okay, I'm just going to go down to the product. Now you can see the product, we have the shop ID, but if we push this, it will break because other products will not have the shop IDs. So we need also to make this one, we need to give this one also a default. So the easy way to give a default is going back here, and you go to the shops and you go to get shops, and let's run this. So you have one shop here. I'm just going to, actually we have only one shop. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this as the ID. So later, so we could either delete all the products, or we could just go ahead and just give at default. So just say at default, we give this. We're just going to give this ID just like this. So when we create and there is nothing, it will just go ahead and create the default and gives it this one. Okay. So next, I think with those two, we can just run migrations and check if everything is okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to run this. Okay. So let me just pull up this here, the terminal. I'm just going to say Control C. Make sure that all this, I just open the server and let's run npx prisma.db push. Okay. So if you want to know that there is no any problem, we can just go back to our API and let's go to products, more especially on the gate products. So let's go ahead and just click on gate products. So if you scroll down here, you're just going to see that the wholesale price is 0 and the shop ID is this one. That's what it means by giving the default value. So you can see now we have no problem with these two. So one thing we can also add is that we just added them here, but we haven't added them actually in the creation. So I'm just going to copy this plus the wholesale price, just like this, Control C. So just go to the product here and we're going to change in two places, in the create and the update. So in the create, make sure you receive also these two, the wholesale price plus the shop ID, just like this, and make sure that you copy them and then add them also in the create here. So here, just like this. Okay. And then in the update, let's go ahead and also add them. So we get them here. And then we go ahead and then add them in the update down here. Just like this. Okay, great. So we have updated some two fields in the product, and this is going to help us to know mostly if you're just going to add new stock or we are adding, we know that this product actually belongs to this shop. Okay. Okay, great. So we can just go and test now. Let's create one more product. Just go to Postman, and we're just going to first go to the shop, and let's create a new shop. Since we have this shop here, I'm just going to create another one, which is Chireka shop, and this one's going to be Chireka shop. Location Kampala. The main attendance, let's just leave these ones like this, and let me just go ahead and create. So this one creates a new shop, and let me copy this ID, and I'm just going to go to product, create. Okay, and let's create a new product, and just going to create Samsung phone. Slug is going to be some Samsung phone. This is the best Samsung phone. Okay. So just change these things, the ones we have to change. You can add something here on this alert quantify stock price. So now I just want to add in the wholesale price. So is here wholesale price is going to be uh, so just say here 95, just like this. SKU, let's add another 9, and product code, let's just add Y. Okay, so I think that is okay. Now we need to add the shop ID. So I'm just going to come here and I just add shop ID, and then I'm just going to say here this. Okay, now you can see this one is 115, is very different from the one we gave it as the default. So if I just go here and you check, the one we just gave here is 208 and this one is 115. Just to show that it is going to change. Let's go ahead and give a try to create this product. Go ahead and send. And you can see here Samsung phone has been created. And let's check. Wholesale price is 95. And the shop ID is what I'm looking for, is this 115. So great. So if we just go to get products, okay, if you just go to get products here, you will see that you have the Samsung phone. Okay, great. After that, let's just now go to what we want to do in today's video. So in today's video, we're just going to look at other three models. So I'm just going to go here back to this. So just going to look at sales, orders. Of course, when we see orders, there is always order item. So here, order item. So just going to look at these three models. Okay. So to understand these ones, you can just get a demonstration from, if you go to this the inventory app. I just want to demo for you the part we're just going to work on. So when you just go maybe slash point of sale, and remember the one we are building is actually the point of sale. So basically you want to have items just like these ones, where someone comes to the shop and then they click on the make a sale, or so they click on this. So basically they need to have a way of increasing the quantity just like this. And then we are seeing these things. We have like these the items we are buying, this the MacBook, and you're just buying 4 pieces. So when you make a sale, there are two things that are happening. We have a difference between a sale and order. So when I just make this, so you can't just say that this is now a sale. Okay, this can't be a sale. This is an order. An order always contains items that are going to be bought and so on and so forth. So we have order items. Okay, we have order items. Actually, you might just argue that order items are the same as sales. Uh, you might want to believe, okay, but these are order items. Someone just adds them to like cart. These are just like cart items, the way you see them here. Like we have just some cart items, the way you see this. And the difference here at this point, then you can go ahead and select the customer here, who is going to buy these ones, um, just like so. So you just select the, we have the order. So when you send this whole thing goes as an order, and then within this order, we have order items. And when someone actually pays, it becomes a sale. Okay, it becomes a sale. So that's how we're just going to manage this. When you say place order, then this order is going to be processed, and then we have those details. So basically, when you just go down here, uh, we have here is, the first one is the order item, and the order item, as you can see, it has an ID, a product ID. So this is connected to the product, and then it has the order ID. So the order must first be created, and then we have it here as order ID. It has a name, a price, and quantity, and then it has this the thumbnail and others. It has two relations, the product and the order. Then you have the order, which has items. Okay, and it has things like, for instance, we can send all the customer details, for instance, the customer ID, and you're just going to make a relationship with this one, with the customer, because we have already a customer. And the reason why I'm touching, for instance, the customer name and the customer email, you'll find that when you are showing orders, you only need these two things, like the name and email, and you might be prompted to do another fetch. Now, this is like when in a mobile app, this is so much costly, like to do another fetch for getting a customer, and on that customer, you're only getting the name and email. So that's why I normally actually save the name and email right away so that I don't need to make any further fetches. Then you have the payment method, and here you're just going to have cash and mobile money. And when you have mobile money, we also need a transaction code. This one, and this is specifically for mobile money. And then we have now relations. The order has order items. It has also sales. Then finally, just going to look at the sales, and the sale, if you look it closer, it's just almost like, um, I think the sale is just like it is just like the product. If I can just like put them together, so let me just duplicate this. We might just need to maybe join them. I don't know. If you just go here and copy this order item, let's join with the sale. So I just want to put them side by side. And let's put this one also this side. Just like this. Let's actually make it just up this point, and even this one, let's make it just like this. Okay, so just like look at these ones and see. So if you just look at the order item, it has product ID, it has order ID. So it has item name, even here we have the product name, then the price, the product price, it has quantity, it has quantity. Now the difference is you can see in the sale, we actually have these things here. The customer name, customer email. Only these two things are the extra ones, but otherwise these are exactly the same. So I might not need to have the other items. The fact that this person actually pays directly, because this is going to be like a supermarket format, the person has to pay So the sale actually will be the item. I think we might not need the order item. We might just need the sale, and the sale in this case would be representing an order item. Okay, and even here, if you look in the app, it says make a sale, and a sale is going to be just an item. And if you just look at it, it has exactly the all the details that you need. I'm just going to actually make on a sale. I'm just going to leave this. So now I'm just going to go ahead and create these two models that we need here. So we just have a order and a sale. So let's just go here. Okay, Control C, and just go here. So we have an order status, and this one is not going to have mm, maybe we just create another enum for the order status, and we because this one it has even going to consider for credit. Someone can buy on credit. Okay, so we're just going to go here and order items. Just going to remove this. For this, I'm just going to create this order status. Maybe actually we're just going to create this one payment status. I'm just going to call this one as payment status, because they're going to be buying on either cash or credit. Okay. Um, I'm just going to come here and I just call enum, and then I can say this is going to be payment status, and this one just going to come here, and we can just have, for instance, paid and then credit. Okay. Um, payment status. Okay, I'm just going to just put here payment status, and default you can just do this, and you can just say paid. Okay. Um, then we have sale. So this one, the product must have sales. So I can just go to product, which is here. So in the product, we can also just add, for instance, sales, and then you can just say this from the sale, just like this. Okay. Then when someone is paying for the order, here there is order amount, as you can see here, order amount. On this order amount, we also going to have we just have to have the order amount. We're just going to have so we just have like balance amount. Like when you pay is going to be int, and this is going to be required. So you have also the balance amount. So this one I'm just going to say is not going to be required, and I will give it also a default of 0. Like when someone takes the credit, then here just going to have the credit amount. Okay. Mhm. So I think this one is just going to add it on the, because when you make an order just like this one, the credit is going to go to the user just in a second, in to the customer. So we need to know how much was paid. The order amount was this. Okay. Then this one, maybe just say the paid amount. Uh, yes, say here the paid amount, and then this is going to be int. So it's going to have like an order amount. Let's say he buys things of 5,000. Okay, and then he pays like let's just say 3,000. So here we'll be having a balance amount of 2,000. And this 2,000 will be the credit amount in we're just going to go ahead and add this credit into the existing credit that this customer has. Okay, so in the customer, where we have the customer, let's go and look for the customer. We make sure that on the customer, we're just going to add that. So you can see here we have this, the max credit days. Now we're just going to have this, the current credit amount. So just going to come here and you say current credit amount. So like this is like the outstanding amount. Now he has current credit amount. We could just like say outstanding amount or amount outstanding credit amount, but just use this name, current credit amount. Okay. And I just use the word outstanding. Like this one is used in accounting for the unpaid amount. We could just use it unpaid credit amount, and just going to say int. Now, since we're just adding this, we're just going to say at default 0. Okay, just going to give this at this default 0. I'm just going to make it not required, just like this. Okay, so now when someone for all the customers, they will have an paid credit amount of 0 at the beginning. And this is the amount we're just going to be increasing when someone takes things on credit. Okay, so that's good. Just go down here. Okay. Mm, now, I don't think at this point we'll need to have this. The might just only need just to have the product ID. Okay. I don't think like it is necessary to for each of the sales to add now the name. Now that we are adding these on the order, the customer name and the customer name and the customer email, they are already added on the order. And now we can actually fetch this because all these orders, all the sales are here. And yeah, by the way, I think what is also confusing is these names. We could just make this sale. Actually, this here there is no making. I just make this one to be a sale, and now this one becomes a sale item. Actually, it makes more sense, I guess. Okay, if this is just like a sale, just like this, and then we in a sale we have the customer name, customer ID, yeah, and then these ones are sale items. So here is going to be sale items, and then this one is going to be sale item, just like this. Okay. The one thing also you need to add is the customer here. We just need to add a customer. Just going to copy the way we have here. Product is exact same way. We just need to have a customer here. So here just going to have customer, and then this is going to be of type customer. At field is customer ID. Okay, and then I think we also have here, we don't have in the sale, we don't have actually the product. We just simply have sales items, which is very okay. Now in here, in the sale item, we'll have the sale ID. So this is going to be become sale ID, and then product ID, then quantity and all these things. So here just going to have sale, and this is going to be of sale, just like this, and this is going to be the sale ID. For the product, let's just go to the product, and then we have the sales items. Let's just go to the customer. We could start here where we have these sale items, and these ones are going to be for sale item here. And then in the customers, here, the customers here, they are going to have sales. So customers can have sales, and they are of type sale, just like this. I think now everything is okay now. So we have the sale item, this is just like the actual item, actual product the person is going to buy. And they can be many items, and then that's why we put them into a sale. Okay, into a sale just like this. Okay. Okay, so now we should be able to go ahead and make a sale. And let's make sure that the things we have added, they are not breaking anywhere. Here you just added sale items. That one has no problem. And in the customer or even in the shop, we added some things, products. Then in the customer, we went and added the sales. So the customers can add sales. Okay, so with this, let me just go ahead and push new changes to the DB, hoping that we're not going to make breaking changes, just like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and after it has added like this, I just want to go back to the API, make sure that we have not broken anything. And I can simply first go ahead and fetch products, just like this, to make sure that we are still getting all the products. Okay, and you can also go ahead to test, like for instance, the customers, to make sure that you have not broken anything. So if you just go to the customers and just get customers, so you see you're getting back the customers just like this. Okay, great. So right now, let's just go ahead and start processing the sales. So I'll just go ahead and of course duplicate these one of these APIs. I'm just going to do here. So if you look in a sale, we just have, before you create a sale item, you need to have the sale. So the sale is what comes first. Okay, so if I go back to the API, I'm just going to duplicate things here. And probably this happens within a transaction. It happens within a transaction like that. But I'm just going to first go ahead and create a sale. So duplicate this. Okay. And let's just go here and we just say create. And we just say sales, just like this. And here, for instance, is going to be create a sale, create a sale. Okay. And we haven't created anything here. So let's first go back here and we'll create some other things like the routes and controllers. I'll just duplicate the one for the let's just duplicate the one for the like brand. I think it's just very easy to deal with this one. I'm just going to rename this one to sales.ts, and the first one is going to be create a sale. Create sale. Okay, so which data do we need to create a sale? Go back to the schema and let's get the data we need to create a sale. So just go to the last. Here we have the sale, and in the sale, we just need the customer ID, the person who is buying, the customer name. So here I just want to make these ones not to require the customer name and the customer email. But the customer ID is needed at all costs. And then the order amount, so just go get these ones: customer ID, customer name, order amount, customer email, customer amount, balance amount, paid amount, order type, order type, What do we put in the order type? I don't think the order type is required because we have payment status. I think this payment status is supposed to be payment type. Like, is it credit or paid? I think that is like the mm, just going to change this to sale type. Sale type. And then this one is going to be sale type. And this one also is going to be sale type. Just like this. And let's remove this one. Okay, so here we just have the transaction code. Let me just go ahead and copy these ones. Okay, so these are the things we need. Okay, and these are the things we need. I will just go to the cross or and let's go to the to the sales. And here we need to receive these. Go ahead and pass these ones. Okay, so these are the details you need to get. Okay, at least that is done. And since before we do anything, let's go ahead and run before we forget the migrations. So stop this and let's run this. Okay. So now let's go ahead. We don't need to do this. Check if the order is there. We just simply want to go ahead and create an order. And normally all these ones are created in when you are sending these. Normally you send them this whole data, you send it in one endpoint. Okay, it is going to be normally we send this data in an endpoint, and you will see that it is always just like that. You select all the items and send the customer data plus. So you always send all this information actually at once. Like you're not going to first create a say, then when it is done, then you're not using two endpoints. It's going to be one endpoint. So we'll see how we have to send this data here. Okay. So we'll send this. Um, we'll send this and also we'll save the sales or the sale items, because if you look at the still from the schema, we say that we are going to be bringing the sale items. So we'll also bring the sale items. Okay. We'll bring the sale items, which will be an array of these. Okay. I'm just going to do this. So just going to send also these sale items just like this, and we get them here. So when we reach here, we're just going to need to create a transaction. So I first paused a bit, and I was just like trying to get an example for a Prisma transaction. I've done Prisma transactions in many videos, and I wanted just extract this code here. So if you just go in the documentation now, here you will see that I have added another one called Prisma transactions. And specifically, this one is for creating the order, the one we are on. So we just want to see how we are going to put it in here. So basically, if you look at the order, sorry, in the schema here, if you just go in the schema, you'll see that we have the sales item. Someone has to send it. And by the way, in the sales item, we do not need these two. There is no need of adding these two here. So we just need the ID, product ID, the price. So this one just name it as the price, and then item name, and then this one is going to be item image. I don't need to use the product name and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we just leave them because this is just sale item. Just like just call this one product price, just like this. So we have to have the quantity and all these ones. And just I've removed the name, the customer, because we already have the customer in the sale. Okay, so let me just push this before I do anything else. Okay, so we just drop this. So basically what we just need to do is when we come to here, we will just receive all this information, all this, and we're just also going to have these items. We can just call them sale items or other items, but these are the item, and this is going to be an object. This one is going to be an object, and in here, we're just going to create a Prisma transaction. So before we create this transaction, we have to understand how a transaction works. So you can see down here, scroll down to where we have create a line order. So this code was extracted from this very e-commerce, this one we made in the course. This is why I extracted that piece of code. So basically, it would just get the customer data and also the order, the new order. And if you look at this new order props up here, you will see that these as the order items, the order amount, and the type and the source. Some of the things we don't need them, but assuming that in the order here, you have everything you need. The only thing we just need to understand is how you create this transaction. Okay. So first of all, you have to first extract all other things here. So from the sales item, for instance, when you send the sales item, we need to extract some data from these sales items. Okay. So let me just go ahead and bring this code for the Prisma transaction, and then we're just going to edit it to fit our needs. It's a big block of code, but we're just going to remove all the unnecessary things and we leave only what we want. Okay. And basically, we can also create here. I'm just going to add it down here. I'm just going to add it here, just like this. create order or create a sale. But basically, we can just like say in this create sale, just like this. Let me just go and get this data here, just like this, and let me remove this one. So in here, the data we're just going to receive, of course, this is not Next.js. I'm just going to go here and first get this information, just like this. And let's go ahead and get this from the request. So inside here, I'm just going to pass in the request, just like this. Okay, so you just go ahead and see. So we pass in the request, and since this is a sale, we'll pass in all this information, the custom ID, name. This is going to be the order number, which is going to be, I think, the sale number in this case. I'm just going to name this sale number, and then this is going to be the sale amount, and let me just also change them here in this. This is going to be sale number, and then we have the sale amount, like how much amount was that, the entire sale. Okay, just go ahead and push again. Every time you make changes, please make sure you change. So basically, this is the information you're just going to receive. This one. Now, this sale items is going to be different because in this one is going to have the items. So inside here, you will have the sale items within this here. So the first thing you can see here, we are creating this sale. So here at the end of this transaction, we'll get back the ID of the order or the ID of the sale. So I'm just going to say sale ID here, what you're going to get back from this transaction. And here, this transaction is going to be DB. So I'm just going to go ahead and say DB dot transaction, and then inside here we have the transaction. So the first step is create the sale. So here, wherever you see where we are saying create the order, for us, our case is going to be create the sale. So just come here, create the sale. So I'm just going to say here const sale. So this one is going to be sale is await transaction dot sale. So we already have the sale dot create. And now we have customer ID. Now this is actually customer ID. We have the customer ID direct. We have the customer name. So this information that is entered in here, direct. So customer name. Okay. Customer email. Okay. Now we are not having this information for the personal details, and also we don't have the shipping. We don't have this shipping. What we have is actually payment method. So we should just have the payment method here. Then we have the order number. So you have to get this generate order number. I don't know if we can get this. Let me duplicate this here. I'm just going to go to reusable functions. So up here under Next.js, there is where we have reusable functions. Okay, reusable functions. Okay, there's here reusable functions. let's see if we have the generate order number or something like that. Yeah, so we have it here, generate order numbers. Okay. So I'm just going to go here in the libs. This is why we have utils in here. I'm just going to say, come in here, say generate sale number .ts, and let's add this. Just going to say here, generate the sale number. Okay, and this, we can just go ahead and use this here. And you say sale number. First of all, here is going to be not sale amount, but sale number. And this is going to be generate sale number, just like this. Okay. And then we have this is going to be sale amount, and then this one is going to be sale type just like this. And then here we don't have the source, and then also we don't have the status. Let's see things which are remaining here. We have the sale number. Where is this sale number? Sale number is there. Okay, so sale number here is generated. We might just like get this from the front end. So if that is the case, we don't need to actually get it from here. Sale number, it will be auto-generated. Okay, just like this. Okay. So you can just come here and we just say const sale number const. We can just leave it actually just like this, the way it is, sale number to generate it here. We have the balance. We have the balance payment. Then we have this. Let's just add these two here. Okay. Then we have, yeah, I think that's it. And then the transaction code. And the transaction code. Okay, transaction code, just like this. So this one, you can see this one will be able to create a sale. Okay, can create a sale with all these details. Now, you don't need to supply the sale items at this point here. It contains the sale items, but does not necessarily mean that you have to add this sale item. The most important thing it needs is these ones. So after doing that, now you have to do right now, when we make a sale, okay, we need to first of all go ahead and update the product stock quantity, because the stock quantity has reduced. So here const of sale items actually. So this sales items is going to be this one's going to be an array. Okay, it's going to be an array. And now we go through these ones, and then we have to update the product. So product.update, and we update where ID is item.id. So this item is the sale item. So if we just go here, here we have this sale item is going to be having these items. So let me just go here. Product.update. I think at this point I just need to give these items You can just give them like um, after creating a sale, we are going through all these sale items. Okay, update the products. So we need to update the products with, I think this one is supposed to be, I just need to give this item. I need to give it some state, and I think here we have it. Let me just see. So this one here is, you can see item of other items, and these other items we can just come and see them here. You can see here these other items. I don't know if we have here the other items here. It is this. The other item is actually this one. Okay, so this is just like the same as the sale item we are passing here. So if you pass this item just like this, for us ours is going to be of this kind. I'm just going to come here and just get this. Let me just get this. We might just need to create some types at this point because we just almost likely to mess up seriously. I'm just going to copy this. Let me just go here and create types. Maybe within this. Let me just create a new folder for types. And inside the types, let's go ahead and add types.ts. And let's say export type sale item props. So this one should be having like sale ID, which is actually string, product ID, which is a string, quantity, which is a number, product price, which is a number, product name, which is a string, and then product image, which is a string. So something like this. I'm just going to get this item props and bring it in here. So I'm just going to come here where we have this item. You can just give this here, sell item props. Okay. Cannot use type annotations. I think can you use type annotations of this? I think you cannot. We can just give the type annotation to this. I don't know how can we give type annotation to this. Uh, Let me just first see ChatGPT here. Ask it how would I give type annotation to this? How would I give type annotations to this? Okay. Okay, so you can't just give it just like this. Apply the interface. Okay, okay. Great. So we can just actually go ahead and define this. Okay. I'm just going to go here in the types and let's have this. Okay. Say request body, and it has these things: customer ID, customer name, email, set amount, set balance, paid amount, set type, string, or enum. So this one you would just say it is same as set type from Prisma client, and then payment method. This is okay, string. Actually, this one is also going to be an enum because we have two only. So I'm just going to go here in this here where we have the payment method. It's going to do this. So payment method. So we have cash and mobile money. Money, mobile money, just like this. Just come here in the payment method and just add this payment method, and let's add default, and we're just going to add cash. Okay. After doing that, of course, we need to go ahead and run one more time. Okay. So in the types here, we have this, and then you can just go ahead and define this item, which is taking in these ones. So I'm just going to cut these and just add them here. This item. Okay. So now you can just go ahead and just say request body. This one is say request body. Make sure that you export this interface, export interface. So when you come back here, you can just get this. So now you will see that this one, we have some reds, and even here because now this one has this item, which is good. Okay, so for this sale, this one is not assignable to an undefined payment method. Let's go here. Payment method. Okay, so here is just going to be is of type payment, the payment method. Prisma, just like this. Okay, so we are good. So here, that's why I was just like saying this. This is the reason why I did all the types, because of this. So here is going to be product ID. So we're just going to update here and we say it's going to be product ID. So you're updating the stock, and so you just have the stock quantity. We have to decrement by the quantity of items that has been bought. When that one is done, And then that's what you see here. We first get this. If this is not there, and this here we just have to throw a new error product. Here's going to be product ID. So here, for notifications, we're not going to create notifications at this point, but we'll be putting notifications later. So right now create an item. So here we're just going to create a sale item. So here you could sale item. Okay. And now, if you notice, we are doing all these inside the for. So we still have access to this item. The first thing we do inside this for loop of the items, we update the product. And if the product is updated, now we create a sale using that very item. So we have here sale item. I'm just going to call this sale item is await transaction, and we have the sale item just like this. And now we pass in what we need to create on this item. The first one is to know what we need in this sale item. Just go down here. We have the sale ID, product ID, quantity, product price, product image, and this. Copy these ones and let's pass them inside here. They're the things we need. The ID, the quantity, all these are the ones we need in the creation of this. Let's start with the sale ID. So sale ID is going to be equal to so sale ID. Where are we going to get the sale ID? Let me just go back to the documentation. Is line order dot ID. So I think we have a sale already. So within this, already up here, we have the sale. Okay. So we can just do sale dot ID. So down here, we can just say sale ID is going to be sale dot ID. Okay. So it's saying sale is used before initialization. But we have this sale here. I thought it just becomes like a global scope something. Mm, I don't know. Is used before being assigned. Block scoped variable sale used before its declaration. It means they're not saying this one. They're not saying this. Mm, so here we create the line order. Which is our sale in our case. So here this F4 of, I don't know where it is ending. Product ID, this is going to be gotten from the item dot product ID. Quantity is going to be item dot quantity, and then the product price is going to be item dot quantity, and then the product name is going to be item dot product name, and finally the image is going to be item dot product image. So we are remaining with only the sale ID, which we are just getting it from the sale. I think we have something like a sale down here also. I think this is the one that is misleading. This one, just remove this. Okay, so down here we have the sale. After creating the sale, and then here you can just say if no sale item, then first create a sale item for the product ID item dot product ID. Okay, so these are going to be responses, different responses, but for now let's go ahead and leave it like this. So at this point would have created this and then return. So you can see in this case we are returning the sale.id, just like this. That's why you were saying this whole transaction is actually getting the sale ID, so that we can't just go ahead and just get a sale that has been created by saying db dot sale dot find unique ID is sale ID, just like this. Include sale items, and then you're just going to return. You can just go ahead and return response dot JSON. So response dot JSON, and here just going to return a sale dot status dot status. I think here just have to give this 201 because it's like just like they created. Okay, so let's just go back here in the transaction and we look at different things. Okay, so the step number one is creating the sale. Okay, and then we go through the sale items, and then we update the product, that very product, with the quantity. Okay, and then after that we can create a sale item. Okay, and the reason why we're using a transaction in everything is because we are doing so many things. And for instance, if you are able to create a sale and for some reason you cannot create a sale item, it will cause a problem in the DB. As you can see here, or for instance, the update here fails, it will cause a problem in DB. Some products can get disappeared. For instance, if you update a product and for some reason you don't make a sale, this becomes a problem. But what the transaction does, if there is any problem within this transaction, if any of these requests fail, the whole entire process will fail, which is actually good because at that point, um, we'll just have at that point we'll just have stopped inconsistencies in the database that would happen due to one of these processes going through and others failing. Okay, so we can't just like go here. For instance, if there is no product updated, we could just go here and return a response of just going here and just say return. You can just say return response to JSON, and here you can just return error, and you see here failed to create or failed to update product, failed to update product, maybe quantity, and then you can also see that to null, and also put the status, and we make this 500. Okay, and now let's just go ahead and copy this, just put also here, and you have to create a sale item, create sale item. Okay, so here find unique where ID, so I'm just going to look at this. So the sale is here. ID type string or response is not signable type string on a defined response. Any is not signable type string. Okay. So I think this sale ID as string. I don't know why. So I think like it has a possibility of failing. I think maybe we just do the we can just do an if statement. If sale ID, just like this. Maybe we just go ahead and do this. Okay, still we have this problem. So I'm just going to take this. This one just giving the string or record of any. I'm just going to take this as a string. Okay. Then so let me just not put it in an if statement. Let's just put it like this. So for this one, let's just go ahead and return. Just go here, raise the status of 500 dot JSON. Just say error. Something went wrong. Data of null. Okay. So here we still have one error. Error. This comes from here. Okay. Create sale. Okay, so you can just get here sales and you can just come here and say sales is db.sales, and here you can just say sales. Okay, so for these ones, let's first delete and leave only those two. We'll just do more things about the sale. I'm just going to make only these two things, these two endpoints. Okay, for creating and getting the sales. Yeah, so this one has been somehow complicated, but at the end of the day, we're just going to see what we have, if this actually makes sense, or we can test this out. We can also just get the one which has like sale items. We shall just see that in a second, but let me just go ahead and try to create a sale and see if this makes sense. Okay, so I'm just going to copy these ones, and let's go to, oh, we still have one thing to do. Let's create its routes. So we have created that. Let's go to the routes, uh, and just go here, create sale. So just come here, say sale route, router. So just say here sales. Okay, we don't have all these many routes. We have only two so far. Okay, we have the create, share, create, share, and get sales. Just only these two. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and get this into the index here, and let's go and say sales router. Okay, I'll just go ahead and we already have this. Let me just first go to get sales. Now I'm just going to start with this one. See that this is working. So get sales should just give us back an empty array right now. Okay, so you can see there is nothing, but you just go ahead and create a sale. Okay, so this one you have to go to the body, and we are going to add in this information. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this from the sale, create sale first of all, and let's get all this information. Copy this the way it is, like this. Go here, and you can remove this and add like this: customer email, customer ID, customer name, customer email, sale amount. This doesn't matter. I'm just going to say 300. Balance amount 100. Paid amount 200. Sale type So you can just say credit, and then we have payment method, which is going to be cash. Transaction code. So the transaction code is not required. And then we have this is items. Okay. I just first start with the easy ones. Let me go to the customers, get the customers. Let me just get here the customer, like the customer ID. Uh, so we have the customer name and email. So just say here, email is what I want to take. Email is this one. And the name is Joel Smith. So you can just go here on this. So here's going to be Joel Smith, and this is the email. Now what we're remaining is the other items. So this one is also going to be this is going to be an object, and let's put the items we expect in this object. If you go and say request to body, we have these. Actually, we need to first get we in this case we need to first run this, and then the items we are going to create them alone. So here you're just first passing only this information. Okay. We need to pass in this information. So if I just send this on sales, okay, so for our case, we might get an error. Okay. Let's just go back here in this sales. So if these items are empty, I don't know what happens. Uh, Anyways, we are not so sure. So on this is return. Okay, can just go ahead and return this. I'm not so sure if these items are empty, what is going to happen. I'm just going to make an if statement, maybe. Actually, just go here and make an if statement. If if sale items, and sale items, the length is greater than 0. If this is true, then we can do all these others. I think that one is much better. If we don't have them, so we just simply return this, and then we have this. That is going to work. So now we can just go ahead and simply just send this. Go and send this sales. We need to down here, and we have a sale, I believe. Yeah. So this is a sale with ID here, customer ID, customer name, and all this information. So now I can just go ahead and you can create now the sales item. So what I just need to do is here, create a sale. I'm just going to save this, and I'm just going to create another endpoint for creating a sale item. So I will create an endpoint that creates a sale item, and probably we just like I used it here. Let me just create another endpoint that we might just not need, but for now we just need to test it. Creating a sale item. Just going to come here and let me just duplicate this. I'm just going to be sale item. Create sale item. Create sale item. Okay. Just have to create sale item. And the data that is going to enter here is going to be like sale items. Just to here, I'm just going to say here that I'm just going to change a little bit in the types here, and also we can export this, export sale item. So inside here we can just say this, bring this. So here is just going to be this sale items, I guess, is this. Okay, so you just have the sale items. After getting them, at this point we don't need to create a transaction, I believe. We could just leave it also in a transaction. Okay. And we may just not need to return anything in this case. Let's just say for the purpose of this, I just say items. Okay, I just call them items. We might just go ahead and return these items. So here inside, have this transaction. We don't need to actually, sorry, we don't need to create this. This one might not be necessary. Okay. Whatever you're just going to return here is not yet known. Let's go and say items for now. Okay, so then here is if the items, we can look through the items, update the products, and then here uh, where we have this item.create. So this time is going to be sale ID is going to be from the item. From the item. So sale ID. So this is going to come from this here. We update this. Get the items. Do we need to pass in sale items? Okay, let's like pass in the sale items. So create this here. So what do we need to return? Mm, we could just create after this. We could just create const. Just say create created items, and then inside here, every time we create, we just do push. So after this sale item is created, here we have this item. So after the sale item is created, we could just say created 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 items dot push, and I can just like push. So I can just say it created items equal to an empty array. I'm just going to go ahead and push in. This one is not there. Just going to go ahead and just created items dot post sale sale item, just like this. Okay. So at the end of the day, we have out of these, and then I'm just going to go ahead and return. So you can just say return created items, created items. Just say created items, just like this. And then here we might just not need these ones. We can just simply return here also the items, and this is going to be okay, 201 also. Let's just leave like this. Just going to say code is create say items. In the reality, we might not use this one. Just using it for this purpose of creating some items. Okay. Okay, so let me just go ahead and create an endpoint for this. And this one is going to be, let's just go in the router for sales. Let's just say here sell item. So here we could just say, if we just go to sales, stock item, just say sales stock items, and then here just say create sell items, just like this. Okay, and let's go back here. Now that we have an ID for this ID here, I'm just going to duplicate this endpoint, create sell items, and this one is ghost items. Okay, and let's go to the body. So to the body of this, we send an array. So you can just say create an array like this. Not sure if this supposed to be like also in quotes. Does JSON take? I think here doesn't take. Mm, does this take? Okay, I think we start by just passing in like this. Then we can pass in an objects like this. How about these objects? Can they be in quotes? No, I don't think so. Mm. For this one, let's just have the sell item. Let me first see if this is going to work. Just go to the sell item and let's get this. Just come and pass them here. We need the sale ID. Product ID, quantity, product price, product name, product image. Want to just say 3. Let's just say product price is 100. Product name is going to be just going to go for Samsung, the Samsung phone. Product image. I'm just going to give it just an empty string. Let's just beautify this. I just want to pass 2 items. Let's first feed in these some of this data here. Go back here to the sale. Where we have our sale here. Okay, so this one is product ID. I can just go get products. Just get this ID. Let's just go to this one and let's put this. Okay. For the image, I'm just going to leave it, and let me just duplicate this so that there are 2. Sale ID is going to remain the same. Let's get another product. Get products. Just need to do this one now. The Lenovo 32 GB laptop. Okay, so down here, product ID is going to be this. Quantity, let's just say 2. Price 95. Samsung, this is going to be Lenovo. Lenovo 32 GB laptop. So I want to send this and see if I have anything sales items post. We should have this. It has returned just empty array. I don't know. I don't know if the transaction happened. If I just go back to get sales, let me just go here and I say get sales. Just go here, scroll down to, okay, so for the sales, Um, we need to just go and include. I just go here and say get sales. We have to include. So just go here and say include sale items to, just like that. So that we have the sales. Just go back here and let's make this. Need to see the sales items. Okay, so sales item will still have an empty array. So what I will just do, instead of saying create sales, I'm just going to accept and I create only one item. And I will just go back here and start by changing the route here to be sale item. And this is also going to be create item. Instead of creating sales, you're just going to be creating this and even this one here. Now we can remove this. Okay, so creating sale item will be just simply this time is going to be actually accepting the, it will accept the normal things that we need, and you can just go here. It will not take in an array, it will just accept these ones. Mm, I just like taking these ones. Let me just get them from another place. Just get them from up here. Mm, just get them from here. Okay, let's just go here. Save them here. Let's add commas. Okay, after getting them, you don't need even to do this transaction, even all this. We can just go direct to this update. So step number one, you can just go ahead and update. We'll first find the, this is going to be DB. Okay, we'll first find the item or something like that. Then we'll have here create the sale. Okay, so this is the item you want to create. The first thing is to get this. we just come here and we say this is going to be product ID, just like this, and even this is going to be quantity. So we could just say first update, and then now here create sale item. It's going to be DB, and then all these now sale ID, product ID, quantity, product price. Okay. So here we're just going to return this. Okay, so let's just go back and test one more time. So this time just going to cut this. Fact, start with the first one. Let's send this one sales item. Okay, so I think this one has been created. So you can change the product ID and again create. If we go back to get sales, let's get this sales. And now you can see the sales items are here. Okay, there is this item that is there with a quant of 3. Now let's just go and check these products. Get products. The Samsung, it had a stock quantity of 100. So let me just go ahead and just again send. And you can now see a stock quantity of 97. So even the stock is changing, which is really great. Okay. Yeah, so we have this the sales and creating the sales item are also working properly. Okay. And if you have not understood very well, we're just going to continue actually talking more about sales because we have a whole dedicated dashboard to get about more about sales. Okay. But we just have the one to get sales and the one which creates the sale item and the one which creates the sales. So you can create the sales by actually also passing all these items also. And this is the one you're going to use on the front end because it is very easy to send this on the front end. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this episode. Probably this must have been a longer episode. It is in 2 hours and I had nothing to do. I couldn't cut it in between. But thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.